So like a lot of teachers are having issues, a lot of issues right now, and teaching along with other professions are being asked to do more than usual. What would be the best advice that you can give to these people aside from trying to keep your regular scheduling and being organized in your daily life? What would you say?
Well, so the first thing is that there's a need for those people, including both teachers and students, to have access to, let's say, internet access and having a laptop or any sort of tablet at home, which is not always the case. So that would be the first step. Because if you don't really have internet access at home, or you don't have a laptop or a tablet or even a smartphone, it's going to be much more difficult. And that's something we found at UTP. There were at least 3,000 students who were unable to continue their learning process. They didn't have any sort of connectivity or device. So that's the first thing, that you should guarantee there's the technological resources and
And
the
how did you deal with those 3,000? What did you do to solve their problem?
well, investment and resources then play a major role. So I don't know to what extent this is going to be financially sustainable. But what UTP did is that there was an agreement with one of the local companies, one of the local providers, and basically they were delivering this kind of chips, the internet, the Wi-Fi chip that you can just plug. Over 1,000 of those chips were actually delivered to students. And for those who didn't have any sort of technological device, over 500 tablets were also given to students. This is UTP that I'm talking about.
So making technological equipment more accessible to the public or the students is a step in the right direction.
Yes,
I would
indeed.
say.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I would
That's
say.
cool.
Nice.
And but there are a lot of people who don't have that, and so they may need other type of support. I'm sure.
So that would be the first step. Now, assuming that everyone has access to the internet and they have a laptop or a tablet, uh, there's always a learning curve depending on the learning management system that you're using.
Accessibility, yes.
So one of the major issues we found is that, let's say you have 7 teachers, 7 lecturers, and one decides to use Google Classroom, then the other one decides to use Moodle, and the other one decides to use Schoology, and the other one decides to use Edmodo. So then you can picture what a kind of a nightmare is going to be for the student. So
Yeah.
to become getting used to using each of the different platforms. So I think that some extent, curricular planning and to a certain extent standardization is going to play a major role, because you cannot expect that it's going to be such high diversity in the output and input that you're presenting, and that the learning curve it's going to be achieved easily. So that's not going to be the case. So what is the tool that you're going to be using? But not only the tool, because the tool is only the first step. How is it that you're going to develop your teaching identity online? Because teaching identity online is not only about, let's say, okay, there's this workshop or there's this PDF, and you're going to do that. And if you have any question, that's it. There's going to be a transition towards facilitating and towards the notion of task. Let's
Yeah.
say problem-based teaching or task-based teaching, and which is not everything's going to be synchronous, but you're going to have synchronous as well as synchronous and asynchronous moments, and you're going to be working on tasks and projects, which will not always require your direct supervision, but more of a facilitating role. I think that's one of the initial considerations that I think I have encountered in my professional practice.
And I think technology is going to play a significant role in that, because if everybody has access even to a smartphone, even the teachers nowadays are starting to even just walking around inside in my closed community. I see my next door neighbor, for example. He's a cyclist, and he created a group online, and they get online, and he jumps on his bike, on his stationary bike, obviously, and he's got all these things connected, and he's exercising, and he's giving them orders, and they're kind of hooked up on some sort of networking deal like we are, and he's giving his class to his students via the internet. Now more people are going to start doing videos and uploading them to YouTube. Other people are probably going to do Instagram. But I think that's going to be the turning point, where we start using what's available as far as technology in order to reach those students that may not have the ability to access a computer or laptop, but maybe with the cell phone, that, I mean, everybody's got a cell phone nowadays. That's kind of like the given. You got to have a cell phone. And with technology being cheaper and cheaper, I think the cell phones with the low rate are going to be accessible enough for the general population to access. Therefore, having the ability to connect and enjoy these many different platforms. I think we just need to get onto the technology train, the train, and just jump on it and see where it takes us. I mean, that's my goal on the new world.